What's going on, everybody? It's your boy TG, and I'm back with another video today. We're going to be talking about my favorite player in the NBA right now. Yes, I finally have actually decided who my favorite player is, and clearly it is Shai Gilgeous Alexander. I just like the slash and dash game. I like his decision making. I like how unstoppable he is inside that 3 point line. Everybody loves to shoot jumpers, but the way he plays the game in that herky jerky slow type of game, I don't know. It looked good to me. It's cool to me. I feel like it has a lot of longevity in it because he's not really relying on athleticism, even though he is taller, but also stronger than what people think he is since he has such a skinny frame. But yeah, we're gonna get into this video today. Shout out Modern Jam on the vid. You know what I'm saying? Go check out his videos. I like a lot of his videos. I listen to a lot of his videos while I'm at work. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it.
I know what I signed up for, and I signed a 5 year extension.
Yeah.
I did
And I
not
don't
know that.
think we're going to be losing for much longer. So it's not like I signed up to lose or anything.
Right.
I believe in this team, believe in the players we have on this team, and I think we're heading in the right direction, and we'll be where we want to be soon.
The most common conversation when we talk about basketball: who are the best players in the NBA? Obviously, the first guy that comes to mind is Nikola Jokic. Joel Embiid has got to be there. Giannis has been there for like 5 seasons now. But now, I think it's time to admit there's a new guy who's skyrocketing his way up these rankings. And pretty soon, I wouldn't be surprised if he's with all these guys that just listed. And that guy is Shai Gilgeous Alexander. SGA is undoubtedly one of the best players in basketball this season. He's been dominant in the Western Conference. Right now, here's how his numbers are looking. He's averaging 31.5 points per game, which is third in the NBA. He's averaging 6 rebounds, 6.4 assists is 15th in the league. With the best part about SGA's game, his efficiency.
Yeah, no, efficiency is crazy. 31 as a starting PG, 6 and 6, like that's hard. The 54 and the 89 is what really gets me. 90% from the free throw line. The 3 pointer, like I said, he herky jerky inside the paint type of player. So the 34 3 point percentage, I don't really care about. It's not that big of a deal for me. Because if he was shooting like 36, 37, you'd see this say probably literally just 34. That's literally him making one more three a game. Which I mean, it's hard, but at the same time, I'm not really tripping about that. Like it could go up, it could. I wouldn't say I want it to go down, but it could stay the exact same the whole year. And for me, he'd still be the MVP. Like honestly, like I don't think there's anybody right now, because it's a revolving door in the NBA. People are gonna be MVP next week. Somebody's gonna be Rookie of the Year. Somebody's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? It's just a revolving door. Who's up next? Who's up next? As we were talking about Anthony Edwards about a month ago. But as we can see, the way the Thunder are playing and how they are meshing and they're winning games, I think they're what, second or third in the West right now. I feel like Shea, if he keeps this up, they stay second in the West. That 1, 2, 3 spot. I definitely feel like he should be the MVP because Jokic is Jokic right now. He's just chilling. He knows what time it is. They're gonna make a playoff run. They're only worried about 1 through 5. Once they get through 1 through 5 in the playoffs, they'll take care of the rest. I understand what the Nuggets are doing. They're just chilling. Lo and behold, the Celtics. Jason Tatum's not really doing it for me. Um, who else? Luca. The Mavs are mid, so MVP is out the question for you. Embiid, I would say it's not getting talked about enough. I would have him second in the MVP race. Um, Other than that, I don't have any real clear favorites. Like the Timberwolves, and he's playing good. He's playing real solid. I give him that, but not MVP level like Shea. Like he got his team clicking on all cylinders. Like they are really rolling right now, and I can't say I've seen the Thunder this good since KD, Harden, and Westbrook. For real. Like the Thunder are really rolling. And I think they only the second youngest team in basketball. So for them to be doing that, yeah, Shea is my clear cut favorite for MVP. My clear cut favorite basketball player right now, hands down.
He shoots 54.7% from the field, 34.2 from D, which isn't amazing, but he is shooting 89.1% from the line. I think it really is time we have to start including SGA when we talk about the top players in the NBA right now. And I think a lot of people around the NBA are starting to agree with this.
You taking Paul George or Shai?
Wait, am I starting the team or I'm going to like to just go win the game? If I'm starting the team, I have to take Shai because he's younger.
Nigga,
Yeah.
we just picking a team. Like, nigga, we
dude, I
about to
might.
go hoop. What you
bro,
taking?
Paul George, bro.
I'm going to take Shai.
I'm taking Shai, bro. Right now,
Y'all
to this day,
tweaking, bro. And
Paul
Shai-
George,
Shai cold.
he top 5 in the league, code.
Paulie P different. Paulie P is too.
Top 5 in the league right now?
That's tough.
Paulie P.
Okay, he tweaked on the Paul George top 5. Paul George is definitely top 15, top 10. He's top 15, solid, I'd say. I'm not finna go through a whole list of players right now better than Paul George. There's not that many, but there is a few. But the whole Paul George versus Shai debate, I like it, but I don't like it because at the same time, say Kawhi never goes there. Would Shai turn out to be Shai right now? Most likely, possibly, because the way he's playing is he doesn't have that big superstar name. So him playing with a Kawhi, he would have had to defer to that. And that probably would have hindered him a little bit, which, as we can see, worked out for both teams, for real, this whole Paul George Shai trade. Would I say, if in hindsight, like, hey, seeing what Shai is right now and seeing what PG is right now, yeah, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, Thunder got the better part of that trade. But you could always say that in retrospect, but that trade doesn't happen. We might not get the Shai we want. We might not get the PG we want. You know what I'm saying? Like, that trade was most likely really necessary to help Shai develop as to who he is right now. So when they try to pinpoint, not, these guys, I love Club 520 podcast. That stuff is hilarious. But when other people tried to, like, say, hey, this is a dumb trade, should have never let Shai go. Yeah, you can say that when hindsight is put into play. But right now, I feel like that trade is dead even. That trade's dead even because the Clippers are rolling, the Thunder are rolling. I get that, but I feel like that trade was necessary. It was exactly like win-win. I don't feel like any team lost. Like, granted, the Clippers had their little downfalls and stuff. Losing to Luka over and over, or the Thunder just being a rebuilt team. Right now, as of today, that trade's a dub for both teams. It's a complete dub.
Oh, bro.
Top easy.
No disrespect.
We'll never disrespect.
Offensive player, two-way, however you want to mix it up. Smoothest game in the NBA. By
It's
far.
Shai. It's Shai. Shai got the smoothest game in the league, bro.
Who got better handle?
PG.
Shai.
Ooh, I like this
That boy
conversation.
back different.
Paul George.
Hey, that's two different bags. That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
When you
That's
think
two
about the best
different
players in the
crazy bags,
NBA,
I'm not gonna lie.
like, to be one of the best, you have to do this. There's really no exception unless you're putting in Will Chamberlain numbers like Jokic or Luka do, but you have to be elite on both sides of the ball. And one thing about Shai so far this year, he's been completely dominant on both sides of the ball. Right now in the NBA, there are 7 players who fall into the 90th percentile of both offensive and defensive plus minus. Well, of course, SGA isn't one of those 7,
Elite.
because why else would he be? I wouldn't bring this up if he wasn't.
Elite.
Imagine this list just didn't have SGA on it, and I just wanted to tell you that there was 7 guys who did it. But this list includes guys you consider elite on both sides of the ball. Embiid, Giannis, LeBron, AD, Scotty Barnes, Derek White, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
We're gonna have a Lakers video because that's my favorite team. Shai might be my favorite player, but my favorite team, my all-stars should not be carrying the way they are. But that's another video. We'll get into that.
And look at this list. SGA is the only point guard on this list. To be considered the top of your position, as I keep saying, both sides of the ball. A lot of casuals don't really understand how important that is, and you have former NBA players saying because of this, you can consider SGA the best point guard in the NBA this season.
Obviously, I'm going to go to you first on SGA. That was your guy. We started the season talking about him. He's doing everything and more that was predicted for him. He's averaging 31, 6, and 6. As you see, they currently are second in the West. His MVP odds right now at what, 400 plus 400? Can you make a case as to why he should be MVP this season?
Yeah, I mean, if you take him off of this lineup, I don't know if we're still having this conversation about the Oklahoma City Thunder. I don't know if you guys remember at the beginning of the season, I said for him and even Jason Tatum, for them to be mentioned in this MVP race, their team has to be top 3 in their conferences, and they got to average north of 25 points a game while doing it. SGA has.
Bro, this is insane. He really hooping like me out here, bro. Like, he really look like me. Like, that is insane, bro. He really looked like me. I'm proud. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Exceeded that with 31, 6, and 6. Playing out of his mind, playing consistently. It's not like he's just in a great run. This is who he's been this entirety of the season. And so he has an opportunity. I really feel like at this halfway point, not only is he the best point guard in basketball right now, but he's gonna. I feel like he's gonna be. I mean, you can't be a top 3 MVP finalist.
Her saying "whoa" is crazy because who else is better than Shai? Like, what other point guard is really doing what he doing? It's not one I can name. I can't name one. You could say Tyrese Halliburton, but the Pacers are mid. They're mid. You know, they're like what's that, 4th seed, 3rd, 4th, 5th. So literally like in the middle of the pack. But OKC, like, he's second in the West. I feel like he got the nod. And, you know, Tyrese Halliburton just got hurt. Speedy recovery on that hamstring. You know what I'm saying? But I like Tyrese Halliburton. I'd say he's the 2nd best PG in the league.
And not be considered the top point guard, right? And you're going to be the only one that's going to be an MVP finalist. You're going to be the only point guard in that conversation. So you got to give him that credit at this point in this season. And I think he has an opportunity, as well as Joel Embiid, as well as Nikola Jokic, and as well as Luka Doncic. But he's definitely right there in that conversation.
When I say you need to be elite on both sides of the ball, I say this because I think a lot of us, when we think about SGA, just think of this guy who goes out there and gets buckets. And I think one thing that's gone completely under the radar so far this year is SGA's defense. Check this out. In the NBA right now, SGA holds his opponent to the 2nd lowest field goal percentage at 40.3%. It's kind of crazy that the one person ahead of him is his cousin. Shout out to Kill. But then SGA leads the entire NBA in steals, 17 more than 2nd place, which is a tie between Suggs and Barnes. And then SGA also leads the NBA in deflections per game.
Total steals 55 is insanity. Whoa. Yeah, he's dog walking on the steals. This is reminding me of Steph when they were saying Steph couldn't really play defense, but he led the league in steals for 3 years straight. You feel me? That's insane.
3.9 of those per game. This is actually a really underrated stat. Completely changes the flow of the opposing team's offense. But SGA is also number 1 in loose balls recovered per game, just ahead of Desmond Bane. And he's number 1 in contested threes a game, just ahead of Herb Jones. But when you look at the rest of this list, you see guys like Gobert, Suggs, Thibault, Herb Jones, guys you consider some of the best defenders in the NBA. I really don't think SGA is one of the guys we consider one of the best in the NBA, which is weird because he leads all these categories. And also, right now, SGA leads the ball in on-ball or loose ball steals. These are kind of steals when you're just locking up defensively and poke the ball free. Not like a cross-court pass and you like sauce guard or intercept the ball. Just straight up 1v1 scenarios when you steal the ball. Or loose balls, but you know what that is. I don't got to explain that. Well, SGA leads the NBA in those kinds of steals with 28 of them. He also has the 2nd least minutes out of anyone in the top 5, and 11 more steals than 2nd place. Real quick, let's take a minute to look at Robert Covington's numbers though. How is he 2nd place with half the minutes at anyone here? If I saw that stat and I was his coach, I might be running him for 48 minutes a game. I can't even lie. And because SGA kind of goes under the radar on the defensive side of the ball, you have NBA players calling him the most underrated player in the NBA, even though he's already been selected to the All-NBA first team.
Shai's the most underrated player in the league, bro. I remember you said it. You said it. You was like, he got that Kobe shit, bro. I'm telling you, he got that. But I just like, when people say the most underrated player, like every year I think of somebody else that's just like nobody's talking about. Shai the most underrated, hardest player to guard in the league, bro.
I keep talking about the
off a little tangent, but I miss when D-Lo was by himself. He should have never left the Nets. I mean, didn't he get traded to the Warriors or something like that? But yeah, when D'Lo was by himself, he was definitely one of my favorite players. I hate that he had to go take a back seat to Muggs, but I ain't like that. He should have stayed with his own squad for real. For real, for real.
Defense, but SGA's been a leader on offense this year too. He's averaging 31.5 points on 54.7 shooting. Check out this stat. In the NBA's history, there's only been 2 guys that ever average 30 points per game, 2.5 steals, and shoot 50% or better from the field. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander this season, and Michael Jordan, the greatest player to ever pick up a basketball. Or second, I'm not picking.
Okay, y'all couldn't. No, Curry's never averaged 30 and 2. He's averaged 30. He's averaged 2.5, but not 30 and 2. Never mind. Let me shut up. But I think he averaged, what? Was it 27 and 2.3? That was good. You know what I'm saying?
Let you guys pick. But either way, if you're in a category, just you and Michael Jordan, you're in good company. Me and Michael Jordan are actually in a category together too, though. Only 2 people ever with the initials MJ to either make a YouTube video about LeBron James that's exactly 15 minutes and 58 seconds long, or, keyword or, win 6 championships with the Chicago Bulls. Daddy is sung asked that. But for real though, SGA was asked a question in an interview recently about having to play off ball, and he gave a pretty good response that had to do with Michael Jordan.
The way you guys want to play offensively, all 5 guys can dribble it, pass it, shoot it. That doesn't work quite as well if you're not willing to be off the ball some and not have the ball as much in your hands. What's been that process for you? What's made you willing to be that way?
The best teams, like the best teams that have played the game, the teams that have won the most games, won the most championships, they play together. I don't know if you saw Last Dance, the documentary, but there's a point in Michael Jordan's career where he had to learn the triangle offense and playing with not the ball in his hands 24/7. So if Michael Jordan has to do it, I definitely have to do it.
SGA talks about off ball, but one thing about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's been completely dominant in the ISO. Right now, he's second in the NBA in percentage of baskets being unassisted, right behind Luka Doncic. Luka's percentage is 81.8, and SGA is sitting at 2 at 75.5.
You said if you swing it to either one of them, just you not getting an assist. But they don't get a bucket, but you not getting an assist. Ugh. Man, no wonder nobody else on Luka's team is averaging high assists. That boy get the ball and it stick. That'd be another video.
Percent of his baskets being unassisted. And these are both guys that average 30 points per game. So talking about Luka and SGA right now, 2 guys who average 30 on both elite shooting percentages from the field. 2 superstars in this league. I mean, SGA's had games where he dropped 34 on the Timberwolves defense this season, 40 on the Nuggets defense, 36 on the Celtics defense, and those are the 3 teams with the best defensive rating in the NBA so far. But SGA said that that's his comfort zone. He trains like he has the best players in the world guarding him every night, so when he gets in the actual situation, he's ready for it.
So Acorn is a financial tech company. So I bought everyone's gift today.
Nobody cares.
I work really hard, and when I work out like the best defender in the world is guarding me, so that in moments like these, it's my comfort zone. I'm aware of the league and teams and how good the players in the league are. That's why I work so hard. So to me, it's not, okay, I have the best defender in the world on me tonight. I work out like that every day in the offseason, so it's just another day.
Recently, I've been seeing a lot of talk about SGA in the MVP race. If you're on Twitter, I know you see the global ratings I always put out. It's the rating of the best players in the NBA. It's made by HoopsHeight. Honestly, I don't even know what the calculation is. Probably some Harvard-ass stuff. Let me look it up. The process has several automated steps. First one is to assign an individual number factoring simple stats for each player. Points, rebounds, assists, blocks, steals, turnovers, fouls, and shooting efficiency are the basis for that stat. The next step takes into account the performance of the team and the impact a player had on it. If a player is on the court for 35 minutes and a 20-point win, the impact has nothing to do with the one of a player who only logged 5 minutes. But alright, whatever. I'm gonna be completely honest, I know it's a lot, but it really is a good rating system. There's no bias in it you get from all the other media outlets. Well, right now, SGA is the highest rating in the entire NBA this season. This was just after 29 games played, so just a little bit ago, but it's still the most updated one at the time I'm filming this. And when I say there's no bias, look, who else would have Maxey 6th, Sabonis 10th, Brunson 14th, Fox...
Oh, we got Scotty Barnes, Sengun's hooping though. Apollo, Franz, Pascal, DeMar. DeMar DeRozan's in there. He snuck in there. Tyrese Maxey. Based on production for their teams, this is 100% accurate. Based on production for the teams, this is 100% accurate. I do believe so. As far as players who are actually like producing for their teams, I feel like this is definitely 100% accurate. And this is why I mean, Shai is definitely number one, so he's my MVP. And these three are definitely 1, 2, 3, 4 interchangeable. Who's gonna be the MVP? But definitely these four, and then Luka 5, definitely. Tyrese Maxey, I don't know, but that Fat 5 right there is definitely the MVP race, hands down. Nobody else.
Fox 15.
And then maybe Darren Fox. Where he at? But they ain't winning enough for me. I ain't gonna lie.
Barnes 19th, Randall 21st, Gobert 25th, Chet 26th, Wagner 28th. So many unexpected people in here in specific spots. And if you're a fan of any of the teams the guys I just listed play for, you know they really do belong here. And just how good these guys really have been this season. And SGA sits at number 1 in this entire year. A lot of media outlets I really won't pay attention to when they drop their top players list, but when Hoops Hype drops theirs, it really does let me know who's been balling out this season and who I've been sleeping on. And this isn't sponsored, but Hoops Hype, sponsor me, write me a check, I'll take it. I don't care how much, I'm chasing a bag. But
I'm chasing a bag, I feel you.
Look at this. This comes from Mike Muscala. You know him. The guy's been in the NBA for 85 years now. But this guy has had some elite teammates in his career. LeBron, Embiid, Tatum, Ingram, Brown, Jimmy Butler, CP3. The list goes on and on. But he said recently, he's never seen anyone who was able to finish at the rim the way SGA is able to.
Rim, what's it like to watch a guy like Shai finish around guys that are trying to go straight up?
Yeah, it's really impressive. He's one of the best finishers I've ever seen play. For real. He Onka. He's off one foot, taking the contact and finishing and getting that one too. It's impressive.
Damn. As good as SGA has been this season himself, the Oklahoma City Thunder as a team have been amazing. They're currently 23-11, the second seed in the Western Conference, and SGA said, even though he's playing great basketball right now, they win these games as a team, not just him.
Yeah,
nah,
they're
bro,
nice.
Hold on, shit. Okay, you got hurt. Okay, I thought he was trying to pull a St. Louis for a second. I was about to say you wildin'.
They're nice.
But
I think what I figured out, and it's taking me a little bit, and I think it takes most young guys a little bit to figure out, is none of that stuff matters without your team. And I know it sounds.
Yo, hold on. Why are Canadians my favorite at everything? Hold on, because this man's Canadian. He's my favorite basketball player. Drake's my favorite rapper. My favorite singing artist is The Weeknd. Let me find out if somebody else is Canadian that I'm a fan of. I'm ready to move to Canada. Vancouver, here we come.
Cliche. But I've for the past couple years now thought I've been a pretty good basketball player. And I can remember a lot of games this year.
Free Tory.
Where we won as a team. And you can see it in our record. We're a completely better team, a lot better team. And all that stuff just happens to follow the year that we're a better team. I don't think it's a coincidence. I think to get stuff done individually and as a team, it takes a whole group.
If you're curious about how good the Oklahoma City Thunder have been this season, look at this. Right now, they're 6th in the NBA in offensive rating, they're 6th in defensive rating, that puts them 3rd in net rating, but then they also shoot the ball elitely too. They're 3rd in field goal percentage, they're 1st in 3-point percentage, and then you can't foul them because they're 1st in free throw percentage. So you can't let them shoot threes, you can't foul them, you can't even let them shoot twos, and then they're the 6th best team on the other side of the floor? Damn, this team is a legitimate contender, aren't they? But this hasn't always been the case. The past 3 seasons, they finished 14th, 14th, and 10th, and SGA recently talked about the Thunder finally starting to turn the corner.
Hey Shai, I just want to ask you, just with nights like this and the showing you guys had against Milwaukee, like how much optimism do you have that this program is kind of turning around the corner and looks like they're ready to compete?
Yeah, it's exciting. And knowing the guys in the locker room, personally, on a personal level, makes it even more exciting. Guys' mentalities, guys' work ethic, just makes it fun to be around, and I'm very excited for the future.
If you've been tuned into the Thunder for the past few seasons, a big reason for their turnaround, their head coach, Mark Daigneault. I mean, the players only have good things to say about him ever. Look at this. This is Jalen Williams talking about him. It takes a lot of belief as an NBA coach for me to have the route I took to get to the NBA. Just throw me out there and let me play. Not only me, but he trusts everybody. And there's a level of confidence that comes with that as a player. He also said he doesn't overcoach them. He lets them just go out there and do their thing. And when you have guys like Jalen Williams and SGA, that's what you have to do. And when you have a superstar player like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, you want them to have a good relationship with their head coach. And that's exactly what they have in Oklahoma City.
I didn't learn nothing. I knew what type of coach he was. His first year here, he has a core belief system, and I 100% agree with it. And I think it's the right way to go about the game. And I think him instilling those things in us when we were a 15 wins team to when we're a 22 win team till now.
Okay, I'm gonna cut it right there. I'm pretty sure y'all get the gist. You know what I'm saying? Shai clearly is the best basketball player in the NBA right now. The best basketball player in basketball, honestly. Probably the best basketball player in the world as of right now. Considering his team, their success, everything right now, hands down, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the best basketball player. To stop the league right now, give him the MVP. 100%, 100%, 100%. I feel like this Thunder team, though, even though he's my favorite player, even though I don't see championship aspirations for them this year, I feel they will have a nice run. I see a second-round exit, but a good second-round exit, like took him to 6, took him to 7 type second-round exit. The only teams I feel that would, in the West, that would really come after them, though, would be the Nuggets, obviously. And then after that, it sounds crazy. And I'm not biased, even though it's my favorite team. They get into the playoffs. LeBron James is not losing to Oklahoma City. I don't think that's happening. I don't see that. So I like, a second round exit in that regard. But anyone else, maybe the Clippers. Maybe the Clippers will beat them. But Clippers, Nugs, and yeah, LeBron James. Like, LeBron ain't losing to the second youngest team. He too smart for that. I don't see that happening. That team, Darvingham, you tweaking with these lineup changes. You should just keep it D'Lo, Austin Reeves, LeBron, Rui Hachimura, and AD. Like, I don't know why that wasn't the lineup. You re-signed. I don't know why I'm going to change about the Lakers. It's not what this video is about. But y'all get what I'm saying. Yeah, SGA, best player in basketball right now, hands down. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Like, sub, drop a comment, all that if y'all stay to the end of the video. Peace out.